There is a very simple rule. High return on ad spend equals low incrementality. And so that means that the return on investment you see in the reporting is actually very far from the truth. Brand search, those campaigns always have very high return on investment because what happens is that the user learn about you in a lot of places. They're going on your website. They might do the 10th brand search query to go back on your website because they're just going to get documentation, and you pay for that click every time. But those people are at the end of the buyer journey, so they're more likely to buy from you. And so obviously you'll think, oh, the return on investment on my brand search is amazing, but those guys could have gone there anyway. And that's the incrementality part, is that the return on investment that you see in the reporting channels is not the truth and it's misleading, and you should not take decision on those numbers alone. And this is where incrementality comes handy, is that you can do some tests and define what is the real incremental lift of your campaign. I gave the example brand search, but sometimes brand search is incremental. I had an example recently with a big enterprise company in a very competitive market. We did the test with brand search and we found out that there was an incremental value. So brand search is not always bad, but also companies tend to overspend on brand search because of the return investment you see in the channels, and this is why you absolutely have to test it. Another reason is, for example, you take the example of Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. All of those channels are designed to keep the user in the platform, and that means that the users, when they see something from you and they get interested, they're going to leave the channel and then they're going to open their Safari and then go on your website. So that tracking part is broken. And for those channels, incrementality is the best way to really understand what drives that direct traffic that you see in Adobe Analytics or in GFO. Now, incrementality is not working all the time. For example, incrementality testing assumes that if you use revenue as a KPI in your incremental test, your buyer is in market right now. As we know, the 5% of your buyers are in market at any given time. That is a general rule. It depends on the industry, but the message remains the same. It's a small part of your ideal customers who are in market at any given time. So if you do an incrementality test, you're only going to see the added value of this small share. You're not going to see the impact over time. And this is when you have to add some share of voice or share of search metrics in addition to your incrementality test. And this is why also you could use incrementality test for other metrics. For example, you could run an incrementality test with brand search, because you know that people will leave Snapchat and then Google your company name and then go on your website.